Hello everybody, my name is Zacharias Crisantu, and right now I'm walking down the street barefoot. Actually, I'm on the sidewalk, okay? Okay, um, walking barefoot is really good for you. It engages more muscles in your feet and in your calves and in the rest of your legs than walking with shoes would. Like 99, I've said this a million times, but 99% of shoes on the market, even shoes that are designed to simulate being barefoot, have built-in arch support. Okay, and what that arch support does is it takes away from the work in the muscles, work from the muscles in your feet that are naturally supporting your arch. And when you take away work from a muscle, what happens to it? It gets weaker, right? Right. So, yeah, walking barefoot is something that everybody should try. And I do it whenever I get the chance. Like right now, it's kind of sunny. It's still a little chilly out here, but like, hey, I'm down the street. It feels good. Like, you know when you're benching, or if you're doing push-ups, or if you're on a run, and you're just like, and like, if you're benching, and it's just not enough, okay, if it's just not enough weight, and you can't like stretch your muscles, you can't really get into like the deep parts of your chest or whatever, and you're like, man, I'm gonna put a little bit more weight on, and then you get it, and then you just like get that perfect spot, and you're like, oh yeah, and then you stretch, and then you're good, and then it feels good. Walking barefoot is the same thing, because if you always wear shoes, then the muscles in your feet never get that extra little like stretch. They don't get that extra little tension on them, and so like, I don't know. Walking barefoot, it's just a way to. It's super good. Just try it. Just give it a shot. But anyways, today I wanted to talk to you guys about some tips that I use every time I go running barefoot, every time I go walking barefoot. And I want to tell you that they're all important. So anyways, tip number 1, stick to the sidewalk, okay? Avoid the roads. The roads are disgusting, covered in grease, oil, who knows what else. Just like stuff people throw out of their cars, and just like bits of glass and busted shards that you could get in your foot, and it's just disgusting, okay? Have you ever touched the tire of a car, then you look at your finger and it's just like covered in black stuff, right? So tip number 1, avoid the roads, stick to the sidewalk. Tip number 2, this is especially important if you're just starting out going barefoot, if you don't do it often, if you don't have much experience, if you don't know what it's gonna feel like the first few times you go. Go when it's hot, okay? Avoid doing this when it's cold, especially when the ground is cold, because when your muscles are cold, they're more rigid. And like I said, walking barefoot engages a lot more muscles than, like, you're taking away a crutch basically, okay? Shoes are a crutch. Shoes make walking easier. And so when you take away the shoes, it's harder. And so like if you've never done it before, and you go out on a freezing cold day, you can hurt yourself. Like if your muscles are just like rigid, you have tons of little bones and ligaments and tendons and stuff in your feet, and they're super delicate, and you got to be careful with them. You got to start out slow and then just kind of ease into it, okay? So tip number 3, avoid gas stations, okay? No matter what you do, put your shoes back on. Get rid of don't go through gas stations, because they're even nastier than the road. Like that's just straight toxic sludge like that gets pumped out of there and like spilled on the ground all the time, and then cars drive through there. So like go around the other block, like take the long way, do whatever you have to do to avoid gas stations, because they are disgusting. Another tip is bring some comfortable shoes with you, okay? Maybe like warm up walking with your shoes, and then like once you're warm on the walk, then take your shoes off. But don't like go on a 10-mile barefoot walk so then you get stuck 5 miles out with no shoes, because it is way harder to walk barefoot than to have shoes on. Like, it's way harder, and you'll make hella gains in your feet and in your legs, but you know, you got to be careful. You got to always bring your shoes with you. Even I do that, okay? Even I start out walking with my shoes, unless it's like a really hot summer day and I'm only going around the block. If I'm only like going down to the woods, like by my house or something, then I probably won't bring my shoes. But on a hike, on anything, shoes with you for sure. Buy some Zero shoes. These are the best barefoot shoes that I've ever worn. So anyways, another tip is to go hiking barefoot. Okay, like this is nice, this feels good, the sidewalk feels good, but if you can go on a hike like in Mother Nature, you can be on like real ground, that is the best. Also, the incline, like the uphill incline, feels really good because it stretches your calves and the rest of your legs, and it's all good. And like when you get down from that hike, if you went barefoot, then you're gonna feel muscles in your feet that you had no idea that you had, that you probably hadn't used for years. Seriously. There's one more tip. The last tip is it wasn't avoid grass, but grass is not the best because you don't know, you can't see what's in the grass, and on top of that, it's like walking on a sponge, which is not very good for your knees. Like imagine walking on a bed, you know, if you're like trying to get off your bed and you're walking on it, it doesn't feel very good, right? Well, anyways, I cannot remember the last tip. That might have been all of the tips, but thank you for watching. I hope this helps, and I'll talk to y'all next time. Peace out.